What's going on? We back. Goodfella Sports TV reacting real quick to the Duke Blue Devils losing the Maui Invitational Open Championship to Gonzaga 89-87. Gonzaga won. Hopefully that kills the talk of people saying Duke could beat the Cleveland Cavaliers with such disrespect. Don't forget, LeBron returns to Cleveland tonight. I believe that game is on ESPN. For everybody checking that out, he's on his revenge tour or his get back tour. It was in Miami. Dropped 51.72 fantasy points, and then he's going to Cleveland now. So, doing what he do, man, and can't wait to see, what he does next. And today Zion Williamson dropped 22, 2, and 10. RJ Barrett 23, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. Trey Jones 17, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. But Hachi Miura from Gonzaga straight tore it up. He was 20 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. And they got help from everybody, man. Zach Norvell Jr., he dropped 18 in. Brandon Clark dropped 15 in. So, I mean, Gonzaga was a more experienced team, plain to see. And people really thought Duke was going to run the table. And, a lot of people saying this over and over again. Duke is just real young. You can be real talented, but if you ain't got the experience, it eventually gonna catch up with Duke. And it's good that Duke got beat. They did make a comeback. Gonzaga missed hella free throws. This shouldn't even have came down to the last possession. But one of the things that I don't like about Duke is how a ball hawk RJ Barrett is. RJ Barrett is a ball hawk. Trey Jones gives the ball up to RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett goes to the lane. He go like 1-on-4. He could have dropped it off to somebody, but he go 1-on-4, get to the bucket. I like it. I thought he was gonna go for the kill shot and hit the game-winning three-pointer, but he went to the bucket. I like that. And went 1-on-4. Thought he was gonna get the call. He didn't get the superstar call, and it was the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? RJ Barrett gonna have to learn to be less selfish, man. Real talk. And I think that's gonna be the undoing of Duke. If RJ Barrett don't learn how to share the ball and kind of facilitate, that's going to be Duke undoing, because Zion is unselfish. Trey Jones is unselfish. Trey Jones could have easily took the last shot in this game, man. He had the ball. He was in the same position he was in, but Trey Jones knew to get it to RJ Barrett, and RJ Barrett just tried to go 1-on-4. He's a very selfish player, That's one thing I've observed about RJ Barrett. Zion and Trey Jones, they ain't selfish. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't shocked that Gonzaga won. Their little RPI ranking system favored Gonzaga by 56%. 56%. You know what I'm saying? They favored Gonzaga to win this game, and it's all right. It's all right. This ain't the end of the world for Duke. They should get Zion and them more hungry, and I guarantee you, they probably gonna see Gonzaga again in the tournament. They probably gonna see Gonzaga again. Gonzaga been a really good coach team since the late 90s, I believe it was. Gonzaga was making deep runs in the NCAA tournament, upsetting people in the 90s. I believe late 90s they've been doing that, man. They got a hell of a coach, man. I forget the coach's name, man, but he a hell of a coach. He been there for a while. I thought, you would think he'd get some consideration to go to a bigger school like Shaka Smart did with Texas and some other guys, man. He deserved it, man. He deserved. I mean, he probably want to stay in Gonzaga anyway. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, get him up out of Gonzaga, but he probably want to stay in Gonzaga anyway. But man, he deserves a big contract, man. He deserves a hell of a contract, man, and he been doing a good job. Mark Few. I gotta put some respect on Mark Few's name. I don't know, I forgot it, but this ain't the end. It ain't like they lost to an unranked team. The way they smashed Kentucky opening night. Everybody thought they was unbeatable, but you got to remember Kentucky is another team that's dominated with top-tier freshmen. They don't have that much experience as well. And in college, you could have a very talented team and still not win for the simple fact that the zone is what keeps college basketball competitive. You know what I'm saying? In the NBA, it's more of a matchup zone. If you're not guarding somebody, you get a violation. In the NCAA, you can just guard an area, and it makes it harder on athletes to score. So you got to be more of a shooter, unless you can get the other team into a track race. But if you let the other team, like Syracuse, fall up into their zone, or back when John Beilein was in West Virginia, and they fall into that 1-4-1 zone, that's hard for a lot of athletes to deal with because a lot of these dudes like R.J. Barrett like to go one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? And Duke just played too much isolation ball. You know, they got to, you know, start moving and cutting in the back doors and stuff, but they get better. Coach K, a hell of a coach. I have my suspicions about him. Well, I have my critiques about him. Him saying that, you know, killing John Calipari for recruiting one and dones. He turned around and do the same thing. That's my only gripe with Mike Krzyzewski. But, you know, shout out to Gonzaga. You know, they did it. They more experienced team. They don't get one and dones. They're a real well coached team. But as Duke goes on through the ACC, because the ACC is really never a cakewalk, Virginia, you know, North Carolina, as they go through the ACC, Virginia Tech, teams like that, Boston College, I think they upset them, or the North Carolina used to upset all the time. But as they go through the ACC, they get more experience. This not going to be their only loss. They too young not to take losses. It's going to be highs and lows, man, like a valley. You know, but they going to get better from this. But R.J. Barrett, man, you know, they better get to him and stop that ball dominant shit, man. He just too ball dominant. He a ball hog, man. But hey, that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what y'all feel about the game. Gonzaga wins the Maui Open title or championship, whatever you want to call it, 89-87 over Duke. I'm pretty sure Gonzaga be ranked #1 if they don't lose no more this week or before they put the rankings out. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Definitely appreciate everybody for rolling through. Don't forget we on Facebook and Twitter. Also, you can make a donation. All those links in the description. Instrumental link in the description as well. Also, you can reach out to me in the email. That's information is in the description as well for business sponsorship inquiries, or you can DM me on Facebook and Twitter, or at me on Twitter for video requests, questions, and, you know, retweet out the videos. Appreciate it. Sub, hit the bell icon. Y'all know what it is. We go.